Imagine you're on a long journey through a winding mountain path. You've walked for hours, maybe even years. You've stumbled over rocks, faced storms, battled exhaustion, and climbed steep slopes. Right before they become everything they were meant to be, you imagine the outcome. But over time, the work becomes harder, the results come slower, and doubt begins to whisper. You start to wonder if this is really worth it. But a plateau is not a dead end. It's a test. It's life asking you, do you really want this? Because if you can stay the course through the plateau, you earn the right to rise again. Think of any great achievement, any breakthrough, any success story. It's not the big wins that get you there, it's the daily discipline. Everything you've done up to this point has moved you forward in some way. Even the mistakes, even the failed attempts, even the moments you wish you could erase. All of it has shaped you. All of it has taught you. And all of it has value. People quit when they think they're starting over. But you're never starting over. You're starting again stronger, wiser, more experienced. That's a powerful place to be. The boring repetition, the early mornings, the late nights, the quiet hours when no one's watching. It's not about doing something amazing once. It's about doing the right things over and over until they stack up into greatness. Think of effort like drops of water. Each drop may seem insignificant on its own, but over time, they can erode stone or fill oceans. Keep dropping, keep going. The day you stop might be the day the bucket was about to overflow. Behind it, there's always a moment where giving up seemed logical. But the person didn't give in. They persisted. That's what separates them. That's the quiet moment where destiny is chosen. If maybe you were foolish for thinking you could do it. In today's world, it's easy to look around and see others winning. The one that says, this is taking too long. You are not good enough. Maybe you were wrong about all of this. That voice is not telling the truth. That voice is fear. It's the mind's defense mechanism, trying to protect you from failure by stopping you from trying. But the only real failure is quitting. If you're still in the game, you're still in the fight. And if you're still in the fight, you can still win. Doubt is a sign you're doing something meaningful. You're stepping into uncertainty. And nothing worth having is found in certainty. Everything valuable lives on the edge of risk. And the people who achieve it are the ones who push past the fear. Others seem to be living your dream. They're making more money, getting more attention, succeeding faster. And you start to feel behind. But that feeling is a trap. You are not behind. You are on your own path. What you see in others is just the highlight reel. You are not seeing the nights they cried, the deals that fell through, the moments they wanted to quit. You're comparing your raw footage to their final edit, and that is not a fair comparison. Stay focused on your journey. Stay grounded in your mission. No one can walk your path but you. The only race you're in is the one against your own doubts. The world doesn't cheer for you doing the quiet grind. There's no applause during the late nights, no spotlight on the discipline, no recognition for the silent sacrifices. It's during this invisible work that most people begin to break down. Not because they're weak, but because they don't see the reward yet. They feel like they're putting in so much, but getting so little back. Why does this happen? Why do so many people give so much, only to stop right before the finish line? The answer lies deep within human psychology, in the way we process progress, pain, pressure, and time. You've pushed past pain, ignored voices telling you to stop, and found reasons to keep going when no one else believed in you. And then just when the peak is near, When you are finally getting close to everything you've worked for, you feel like giving up, and tragically, many people do. They don't realize that success was only a few steps away. They can't see it, and so they turn around and walk away. This is one of the most overlooked truths about success. Most people quit right before it arrives, right before the breakthrough, right before the doors open. In the early stages of any goal, there's excitement, there's hope. You start with motivation surging through your veins. You see a clear vision. But what if I told you that's exactly how success works? What if I told you that the results are delayed on purpose? That growth, like nature, has seasons. You plant seeds, you water them, you nurture the soil, you wait more, and still nothing seems to happen. But under the surface, something powerful is taking place. Roots are forming, foundations are strengthening, and then, when the time is right, everything breaks through at once. But only if you keep going. Only if you trust the process long enough to see the fruit of your labor. Too often, people misinterpret the plateau as failure. You stop improving at the speed you once did, and suddenly it feels like you're stuck. And let's not forget the weight of comparison. And speaking of doubt, let us talk about the internal voice that always shows up when you're closest to success. Now let's talk about effort. Most people underestimate how much consistent and glamorous effort success requires. You also need to understand this: there is no such thing as wasted effort. The journey to success is not a straight line. It's more like a stormy sea. One day you feel like you're sailing forward, the next, you're being pulled backward by the waves. No one is coming to save you. The fire must come from within. It has to be bigger than your excuses, bigger than your obstacles, bigger than your fears. Motivation is great, but it's not enough. What you need is commitment. What you need is a decision. Every hour you invest brings you closer to the reward. And you never know when the breakthrough will come. That's what makes success so magical. But don't turn back. If you're doubting, talk to someone who believes in you. You keep going. You dig deeper. You stay the course. And eventually, you strike the vein. And when you do, everything will make sense. Every tear, every failure, every lonely night. It will all be worth it. But don't stop believing in yourself. This is your moment to keep climbing, keep grinding, keep growing. And if you refuse to quit, you cannot lose. Be the one who takes one more step, one more day, one more try. That one step could change your life. Keep going. You are closer than you think. You may get delayed. You may take detours. But you will not be denied. Because the only thing that separates those who make it from those who don't is that they didn't give up. Not because it's easy. Not because it's comfortable. But because it's worth it. One moment, nothing is working. The next, everything clicks. One day, you're invisible. The next, you're undeniable. But none of that happens if you stop showing up. None of that happens if you let go too soon. The kind of decision that says, I'm going to see this through, no matter how long it takes. That kind of mindset is unstoppable. That kind of mindset doesn't quit. But that's normal. That's the process. The goal is not to always move forward at full speed. The goal is to never stop sailing, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because if you keep going long enough, the winds will change. The current will shift, and you'll find yourself in waters you never thought you'd reach. You also have to remember no one is coming to push you. And here's a beautiful truth. Even when it feels like no one sees your effort, someone always does. It might be a future customer, a friend, a stranger you've inspired, or maybe it's just your future self, looking back and saying, "Thank you for not giving up." That future version of you is depending on the choices you make today. And the most powerful choice you can make is to keep going. Not perfectly, not without fear, but simply with the refusal to quit. Every day you stay in the game increases your chances of winning. So if you're tired, rest. But don't quit. If you're lost, pause and find your way again. You've already come this far. Don't walk away when you're this close. You don't dig halfway to goal and stop. Success rewards the relentless, the patient, the persistent. So don't be one of the people who stop one step before the top.